Doctor, Jamie and Zoe return to Earth and meet up with an old friend, former Colonel and now Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, now in charge of the newly founded unit, who are investigating electronic manufacturers IE. The company's managing director, Tobias Vaughan, is working with the Cybermen. He is planning to transmit a hypnotic signal through the product, leaving the Earth open for attack by the robotic villains. The Invasion was the third story of Series 6, being broadcast in 1969. The story was written by Derek Sherwin. It starred Patrick Troughton as the second Doctor, Fraser Hines as Jamie McCrimmon, and Wendy Padbury as Zoe Harriet. The story was a testing ground for what would become the norm for the third Doctor's era. For example, it features the Brigadier as the head of unit and is Earth-based. Unfortunately, 2 of the 8 episodes of the story are missing. 3 prints of the story were sent out, 1 to Australia, 1 to Singapore, and 1 to Gibraltar. Australia returned their print and the print was destroyed in 1976. The fate is unknown of the print sent to Singapore, and Gibraltar probably returned their print to the BBC.
And later that year, Lethbridge Stewart, now Brigadier, and in charge of the newly formed United Nations Intelligence Task Force, UNIT, appeared in an 8-part story called The Invasion. We joined the story with episode 2. The Doctor and his companions, Jamie and Zoe, have been to visit the home of Professor Travers, an old friend of the Doctor's, and they discover that he has let the property to Professor Watkins and Isabel, his niece. However, Watkins has disappeared. Last known whereabouts, International Electromatics, run by Managing Director Tobias Vaughan.
The main villain in the story, other than the Cybermen, is Tobias Vaughan, the corrupt leader of International Electronics, the world's leading electronics company. Tobias was played by Kevin Stoney, who appeared in another missing Doctor Who story, The Daleks' Master Plan. He overall isn't really a noteworthy villain and plays second fiddle to the Cyber Planner. Tobias often gets overlooked when people talk about great 60s Doctor Who villains.
Doctor, get down! Right, bazooka!
Let's once again talk home release media. The story was novelised as The Invasion, written by Ian Marter, and it was published in 1985. The novelisation restores material cut from the original shooting script. The story was released on BBC Video in 1983, with missing episodes summarised on screen by Nicholas Courtney. In 2004, the story's audio was released on CD, narrated by Fraser Hines. It was re-released in 2006 and 2012. In June 2006, the story was animated by Cosgrove Hall, who previously created the webcast Scream of the Shalka. They produced full-length animated versions of the 2 missing episodes. The story is iconic, with its best scenes constantly being referenced by future stories. Sadly, it would be the last Cyberman story till 1975's Revenge of the Cybermen, almost 6 years later. It is a great story, and if you get the chance, check it out. Thanks for watching.